Okay, this video needed to be made. No, it didn't. Nobody asked for this video to be made. Obviously, I'm just making it because it's something I wanted to talk about. Um, this is more of kind of like a more sad topic on this channel, but it's something that I just really wanted to get out there. I just wanted to express an opinion. You saw the title. This video is about Marlon Moraes or Marlon Moraes. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically, I think he should retire. As a lot of people, wait, my door's open. Hold on. Yeah. So, I mean, if you were, if you were there for the, well, obviously, none of you guys bought the PFL 10 championships pay per view. None of you guys bought this. I know that. But if you were online, at least you would have seen clips and you would have seen updates of different channels talking about the fights, talking about who's winning. Uh, Obviously, I was keeping up with a lot of the former UFC fighters, and I was keeping up with Kayla Harrison. And came to my attention like, oh yeah, Marlon Moraes is doing pretty good in these first two rounds. I thought, hell yeah, we're gonna finally see not a comeback because I didn't want to see him compete really more. Just that like that one win that told him like that reassurance that tells us all like, yeah, this guy Marlon Moraes is Marlon Moraes and he can still win. That was what everybody wanted, including myself. But you know, in the third round, everything just kind of changed. And if we go over here, if we look at all these fights, I mean, you saw even Aspen Ladd got her win. It was by split decision, but the win is the a win is a win. So good for her. And like you see, Marlon Moraes, it was a minute into the third round out of three rounds, so he was quite frankly on his way to get that win by decision, but sadly just slipped away. He lost to Shaman Rice, which is 15-6 guy. And look, at the time, like it's the 14-6 guy versus Marlon Moraes. You're gonna put the 14-6 guy up against him. It's because like, oh yeah, this guy, he doesn't have the greatest record. He doesn't have the most, or obviously he has some experience, but he's not gonna have like too much experience. He's, they kind of made sure to pick a certain fighter that would be, that's not terrible, but it's not like super great either. Like they made sure to pick someone that Marlon Moraes could beat, which was what we were seeing. We were seeing Marlon Moraes winning the fight up until the overhand right, and then obviously the ground and pound that just put him out. And if we look here, Shaman Moraes felt he was fighting for his job versus Marlon Moraes. I thought maybe the PFL would kick me out. So when you got a guy who is quote unquote, in his words, he's fighting for his job. I mean, he's not going to hold back. He's going to be relentless against someone like Marlon Moraes, and that's exactly what happened. So, I don't know, man. Hold on, let me pull up this guy's page because I forgot to pull it up for this video. But, I mean, he wasn't doing too bad, honestly. Or at least in PFL, he wasn't doing too bad. But if he really believed like maybe the PFL would kick me out, then obviously he's gonna have that drive and that determination to get that win. that comeback win that we've seen all year, like in the last round, in the last few minutes. It's just, that's this sport, and it's sad to see someone like Marlon Moraes go out like that, who he was fighting for a championship just a couple years ago. Henry Cejudo 2019, June 2019. That was like 2 years and a half ago. Not even. That's how crazy that was. His last win was against Jose Aldo. Split decision win, but it's Jose Aldo still. It's a good win. But since then, And I rewatched those some of his more recent knockouts um, recently, of course. And I'm not gonna show them on this channel because I'd feel bad doing that. But bro, the Corey Sandhagen loss was like, okay, he can maybe come back from that. So then the Rob Font loss was a bit more questionable. The Divalishvili, the Marab loss was obviously 3-fight losing streak. You're starting to lose all that hope. And then the Song Yadong loss, I mean, god damn, bro. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't, I feel like you need to. Cause my god. And it wasn't even anything super crazy. It was like some boxing combination that sent Marlon Moraes on the ground, but that was it, bro. He wasn't out cold or anything, but he was not gonna get back up. That's like at the level we're talking about. Because I'm not gonna show it. You can search it up yourself if you want to, but I don't know. Today we're gonna keep this video respectful. I don't want to make fun of Marlon Moraes, but obviously we have to talk about the his record right now. It's 5-fight losing streak, all by knockout. Some of them in the first round, some of them in the second round as well. Um, all very brutal too. Overhand, uppercut, punches, ground and pound too, which he also took against Shaman Moraes. So it just makes you ponder. It doesn't even make you ponder. It just makes you come to that conclusion that like Marlon Moraes should hang up the gloves. I don't want to see this guy get hurt anymore. I don't want to see him get knocked out again. I mean, it's just kind of sad to see like some of these fighters they need either that money or they need that drive. They need that thing inside them that so they can tell themselves like I still got it. So you don't have to retire on a losing streak or with less fans or less like you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a time to call it quits, and that's it. May have been a while ago for Marlon Moraes, but I think now is more time than ever to do that. And obviously, he retired before. Marlon Moraes announced his retirement from mixed martial arts. This was after his fight against Song Yadong. It was like a few weeks after. In April, he announced his retirement. It was really sad too. He threw his gloves into the ring, but he didn't say anything about the retirement at the time. So people were like kind of just left to wonder like what this means. Then obviously a few weeks later it came out that he would be retiring. And then just like 5 months later he announced that he would be coming back in PFL. He was going to fight, it was Shane Burgos, I think it was. Shane Burgos, yeah. And then that fight fizzled out, and they had the fight with Shaman Moraes scheduled instead. And I don't know. Obviously, it's sad to see someone like Marlon Moraes go, but this is just what has to be done. He's always going to be remembered for his accomplishments in the ring. He's beaten very good opponents like John Dodson, Aljamain Sterling, Jimmy Rivera, Sun Shao, Aldo. I mean, and he even had that title fight against Cejudo. Like, it's impressive what he's been able to accomplish in his career, and it's sad to see him go like this just because, you know, of his stamina or his chin. But I think me personally and I think a lot of people should agree that Marlon Moraes should probably hang up the gloves. And we talk about Marlon Moraes, and I also want to talk about Jeremy Stephens. He's 29-21. I mean, that's not looking too good either. And I kind of like Jeremy Stephens. You know, I've rooted for this guy since I saw Conor McGregor roast him. Not when it happened, because that was a while ago. When I first saw it happen, which was like maybe a year ago, so maybe a little bit more than a year ago, I was rooting for Jeremy Stephens because I didn't want him to just take that L to the chin like that and not get a few wins under his belt. But let's see. UFC 205, he lost that fight too, so it's sad to see. But obviously, Gilbert Melendez, Doo Ho Choi, Josh Emmett, some good wins, and then loses to Aldo, which a lot of people have, so it's not nothing too bad. Oh, my bad. I had Mexican food today. He lost his a beat, which I mean a lot of people have, so it's okay. Non-contest against Yair to then have the rematch and lose. It's pretty bad. It's 3 fights losing streak, but it's all against top elite level opponents. Lost to Calvin Cater, then lost to Mateusz Gamrot, then lost to oh no, this was his last UFC fight. After two canceled ones, he moved on to his fifth fight in his losing streak, and then he went to the PFO. He's 1-5 in his last six, and besides his win against Miles Price, he hadn't won since 2018 before that. And he just lost recently by arm triangle choke. A lot of these wins aren't super bad. Obviously, okay, unanimous decision win. That's going to do some damage to you. Body punch and ground and pound is going to be pretty... It's not going to be good. The elbows and the ground and pound are going to hurt. But a lot of these, some of these are submissions. Some of these are split decisions, unanimous decisions. So obviously he's gonna get some sort of brain issue. He's 29-21. He's an MMA fighter. It happens, but it's not gonna be as bad as Marlon Moraes, who's had many bad knockout losses. And personally, I think both of these guys should probably retire. I think a few other guys on this card should retire, maybe not. But I think really right now, I say Jeremy Stevens. I think he should maybe call quits for some time just to reevaluate himself. But onto who this video is about, which is Marlon Moraes. I think everybody's in agreement that I think this guy sadly should retire for good.